As parents, the onus lies on us to be able to identify our different children's abilities, skills, personality, talents, likes, dislikes, temperament. Hello everyone, this is Chichi Dagogo Wariso, aka the Storybook Lady, as I like to call myself, aka Blossom Kids Corner, and you are welcome back. If you like what you've been seeing in my previous videos, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, click on the bell, and also give this video a thumbs up. It doesn't cost you anything. So today we're going to be talking about how to encourage your child's individuality. I know that it might sound big and bogus and inexplainable, but it simply means how to make your child stand out from the crowd. You know, most of us have more than one children, and no two children actually sound or behave alike. So every child actually is special. So what we're going to talk about today is how to identify that special thing about your child and how to make that special thing become a special thing in the life of that child. As parents, the onus lies on us to be able to identify our different children's abilities, skills, personality, talents, likes, dislikes, temperament. We really should be able to handle each child independently. We shouldn't use the way we handle A to handle B, especially emotionally, when it comes to their temperament, when it comes to their mood, when it comes to the kind of things they like. You shouldn't just use the same template for all the children. They all come with their own different specifications. So this video today is almost, let me say, to teach us on how to identify the different specifications of our children and also how to encourage them. So, like I said, we're going to be talking about how to encourage our child's individuality. Now, first of all, don't compare your children with either their siblings or other children. It doesn't tell good or for those children, or it doesn't so tell good about you as a parent. Don't make your child want to become like another person or want to start copying another person when it's not his or her thing. You have to, as a parent, identify those kind of things that your child likes and then understand your child in that way. Don't say, oh, because my daughter A likes to eat banana, so B, C, D, E, F, G, and as many as you have must eat banana. I have 3 children. My first child likes fried eggs. The second one likes boiled eggs. It's not compulsory that each time you must do that for them, but you should be able to identify the fact that, okay, this person really likes fried eggs and this person likes boiled eggs. So don't start saying, but your sister does this, so why don't you do this? Your sister came first in school, so why don't you do that? We need to stop that. A lot of us growing up, that was our life. Our parents did that because they wanted to encourage us, but it didn't really turn out well for so many children or so many people today. If you talk to so many adults of our age grade and they tell you that I read medicine because my mother's friend's child studied medicine and did well at medicine, so my mom had to force me to also study medicine. So we as parents, we need to understand that we shouldn't compare our children even in the house, because already it raises friction. It brings some level of competition among the children. And when one child doesn't live up to the other's expectation or doesn't live up to that expectation that you've set for them, then it becomes an issue of sibling rivalry. Like I said in my very first video, accept their individual choices. You don't really have a choice. They are 2 different human beings, so you have to deal with them as 2 separate human beings. Make a list of their talents, their preferences, and their best attributes. Pick out those good things that your children do or your children like and then separate each child by those, especially the good ones. Don't really buttress on the bad ones, because naturally they would change, but those good things that you know that your children like, pick them out and make a list of them, so that always look out for those kind of things, so that when you don't see them, then you know that okay, there's a problem with this child. Drop your agenda of what you want them to be and accept who and what they want to be. Allow the children to be who they want to be. If your child says, I want to be a content writer, please, for Christ's sakes, encourage that child to be a content writer. If that child says he or she wants to be a ballet dancer, even if it's a boy or a girl, allow that child, let him or her do what they want to be. You never can really tell what that child would eventually turn out to be tomorrow. So many parents also, like I would say, when we were growing up, it happened in my family. My mom studied in the arts and my dad also studied in the arts. And growing up, because it didn't really favor them the way they wanted it to favor them, they made sure that none of us studied in the arts. My mom will always say, I studied economics. What did economics do for me? Okay, so all of you must study sciences. So we were all made to study sciences or medicine or anything that they felt would give you a better profession. That was their mentality then, but it really doesn't pay. It doesn't work like that anymore. So allow them to be who they want to be, what they want to be. All right? Encourage their attempts to explore their identity. Think safety and help them to think through their decisions. You need to really learn how to have lots of talks with your children. From their tender ages, you can really tell what they are going to eventually turn out to be, and then encourage it. Like they say, catch them young. Yes, you can't really catch your children young. You know, if you have a child that loves to dance, send the child to a dance school. If you have a child that loves soccer, you need to sit down and discuss with that child and like, okay, do you really love soccer just because it's a game? Or do you want to pursue it as a career? If the child says, well, I think I could really pursue it as a career, then you make them understand like, okay, this and this and this are what are involved if you want to pursue soccer as a career. As a woman, you need to consider this, you need to consider that. As a man, you need to consider this and that. List out the pros and the cons and give it to them to think. Like I always say in my videos, let the children really take the decisions. Don't take the decisions for them. I'm the children's advocate, so I will always talk in favor of my children. So let them take the decisions. Let them really think about it. Weigh the options. Okay, am I ready to do this for the rest of my life? Am I ready to make a career out of this passion? Or do I think I might want something else? You don't expect an 8-year-old to tell you, oh mommy, I really think I'm going to be a doctor. No, but once you notice that talent that child has from age 8, then you start encouraging the child. If maybe she loves to dance, like my daughter loves to dance, so I enrolled her in a ballet school. And I try every Saturday to make sure I take her to her ballet classes. But I've seen that that's not exactly her passion. She just loves to dance. So it could be a side hustle or something, or just something an art or a skill that she just has to learn, or she just loves to learn. All right? So don't say, okay, no, because you love to dance, so I must send you to Juilliard, I must send you to a music academy, no. That might not exactly be what he or she wants come 10 years from now. But keep encouraging them. Okay, are you still up for the dancing thing? Maybe after 5 years, how far are you still up for the dance? If you see that they still have that vigor and that enthusiasm to dance, then you take it all out. But if you see that, okay, their passion has changed, there's some other thing that interests them other than that thing that they were doing as children or as teenagers, then we can now continue from there. So that's the best way to encourage them to let them think through their decisions, think about what they want to do and how they want to go about it. Not for you to say, oh no, I'm your parent, I gave birth to you, so I must tell you what you want to be. I have a friend in secondary school whose parents were in the medical field, and then because she was the first child, they forced her to go study medicine. Do you know that she actually studied medicine for 6 years, came back, gave her parents a certificate and went to write JAMB again, because that was not really what she wanted. But because they had a family business, so they wanted their children to continue the family business, you know. So, but that wasn't what they really didn't want to hear what she had to say. So that's why, in my own opinion, I feel don't shove it down their throats. Just encourage them through it, and then hope and expect that it turns out for the best. My dear, don't ever think about what people say. What people will talk. We see what people, they will, oh, why I heard your daughter is into music, I heard your daughter is into dancing, I heard your daughter is an actress, it doesn't pay, it doesn't do this, it doesn't do that. That's their own philosophy. That doesn't have anything to do with you. So don't say, oh, what will people say? We experienced a lot of that. You know, my parents will say, what will people say when people hear that you're doing this, when people hear that my child is doing this? For Christ's sakes, what would people really say other than what they will say? They will really say what they have to say, but it shouldn't stop you from putting your child in that position where tomorrow he or she will be proud of it, or he or she will not just be proud of it, but also be proud of you as a parent for encouraging them to do that thing that they wanted to do. So please don't worry about what people would think. Let them select their clothes, but guide them on appropriate choices. Okay, some children are not too into fashion. Like me, I'm not so into fashion. So encourage them, instead of them to wear a t-shirt and a jean, or maybe they want to go somewhere, you know how they need to be dressed up for a particular occasion, and they choose what they want to wear. Do you think what you're wearing is fine? Are you sure you really look good? Are you comfortable in what you're wearing? And if the child says, yes, mom, I'm comfortable in what they're wearing, no problem. As long as they look good in it, as long as they look presentable in it, then it's all well and good. It's all fine by you. But you just encourage their choices. Don't force them. A lot of parents, when we were younger, will always sew and co. If those of us who remember what and co is, they will always want to sew the same style, or even if they go shopping, they must make sure that as many children, maybe the boys will wear the same color, the girls will wear the same color, and so many people didn't like it. But because it was their parents, what could they really do? But it actually made some of the children timid, because they didn't now grow up to make their own choices. They will always, oh God, I wish my mom was here. My mom would have picked out what I would wear. Okay? Or I wish my dad were here. I really don't know what to do. I don't know how to take a decision, because you keep standing in the way. You keep wanting to take decisions for them. Nobody says it's bad. No, it's not bad, but you need to let them take decisions for themselves. They deserve love, respect, and assistance, no matter the age of the child. Even an infant, even a 2-year-old deserves some respect. You don't just say, oh no, I'm your mother, so you do everything I ask you to do. It doesn't always work that way. Sometimes just give them their space, give them the respect that they deserve. You don't need to embarrass them. If they did something wrong, you don't need to embarrass them in public. Allow them, when they get to a space, a more confined space where it's just you and them, then you can really go ahead with the tongue lashing, assuming they did something wrong. They deserve some respect. Give them a challenge to go higher and break higher boundaries. Let your children learn to break boundaries, okay? Challenge them. Don't put them in a position where they will struggle, but encourage them. Encourage them to go higher. If they made all A's and a B, next time you make all A's. It's not the way our parents used to do it and say, oh, the person that made all A's, or the person have 2 heads. Yeah, that was encouraging then, right? But you don't need to say it in that manner, but you need to make them know that, girl or boy, I need you to step up your game. Yes, you did well, but I need you to step up your game. So encourage them, give them a challenge, and encourage them to break higher boundaries. Teach them learning and earning. It actually teaches discipline. I'm also going to do a video on how to create a kidpreneur. Okay, so they need to learn, they need to know that irrespective of the fact that yes, they are learning, they need to also earn. Teach them to be assertive. Let them learn to stand up for themselves. Let your child learn to speak up when he or she has to speak up. If he has a need, he shouldn't go from the back. He shouldn't want to start, oh, what's wrong with you? Then they now start scratching their head. Or they, no, 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 no. What do you want? If your child needs something, let them, and we need to really start from the very young ages. If your child needs something, mommy, I think I want chocolate, or mommy, please, can you buy me biscuits, or mommy, can you do this? Let them learn to stand up for themselves, even when they are wrong. Even when they're wrong, let them learn to have a voice for themselves. Let them not rely on some other person to speak for them, because anything you teach them now will actually reflect in their lives tomorrow. So we're trying to actually encourage their individuality. We're trying to encourage them to be who they are, because every child is special. Every child is different. There's something good about even that child that we call the worst child. That child that we say is so bad. There is actually something good about that bad child. Let them learn to express themselves. And then finally, do not be overprotective of the children. No matter what, allow them to make mistakes. If they are climbing somewhere and you've told them the first time, you're going to fall down, and they refuse, just step back a little, so that if they fall, even though you're there to protect them, but they will know never to go do that thing again. So don't be overprotective. Don't want to be the big mama all the time. Let them learn to make mistakes, because really we learn from our mistakes. Experience, they say, is the best teacher. So let them learn from experiences. It will also help their maturity. There's a video also, I'm going to post the link up. It's also on how to know that your kids are mature. A lot of times, maturity is not by age alone. Maturity is actually by how they have experienced, the kind of experiences that they have about life, or how they have experienced life over the years, is what builds the maturity of a child. So finally, these are the tips and tricks on how to encourage your child's individuality. If you have any questions, please leave your comments down below. And also, once again, parents, don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell so that you can actually be alerted when I post other interesting videos. There's a lot. The next one we're going to be talking about is how to know when your children are lying, the different kinds of lies, So there are lots of videos or lots of content that are going to be coming up on this channel. So stay tuned, stay glued to this channel. And once again, this is Chichi Dagogo, so aka the storybook lady, as I like to call myself, aka Blossom Kids Corner, and I am signing out.